So we have to see this before we go into the press conference. This is where Cameron jumps onto the table and then rockets into the side of Jet, knocks Jet's left foot off boots and takes them both down. This is in heat race number 1. Jet's clearly not happy about it, and we're going to have a question about that in the presser. You know those moments in life when your name is called and then you just pay attention?
Obviously, the heat race, the crash. Physically, were you shooken up by that? I know the bike was. We did a report on TV. I know they had to go through the front end, but did that get you at all? And Cameron, I'll come to you next if that got you. I know it got you in the chin, but Jet, I'll start with you.
There's this level of professionalism that happens in these pressers where questions like Hayden Deegan received last week kind of caused them to trip up, but here Jet and Cameron play it off like it was no big deal.
Yeah, it was definitely a wild heat race, but thankfully we both came out of it okay. I could land on his bike and thankfully I just clipped his foot peg with my butt cheek.
RJ's like, you just said butt cheek.
And it didn't go anywhere else. So thankfully both came out okay, and bikes are pretty banged up. It's most likely they get pretty hammered when they both bikes collide. So thankfully we were okay.
Yeah, I mean, for the most part, I was good. I obviously got hit in the chin pretty.
Take a moment to appreciate how tough Cameron McAdoo is. Look at McAdoo. He crashed uphill. Right, that was incredible, and he's taking this like a man.
I beat up one of my fingers, which I don't know how really bad it is at this point yet, but super swollen. Obviously, just a really bummer situation of kind of what happened. And
these guys do such a good job of downplaying the incident. There's no media
my bike
coverage.
Was very mangled, actually. My bike was when I got back up, I was like, man, this is gonna be tough to finish this race. But the boys got to work with it and got it good for the main event.
Congratulations. Glad to hear you guys are okay. And then Jet, in that main event, got to the lead. Took a while to get there. You kind of...
RJ's over here just like, I'm just waiting it out, just riding it out. No big deal. Nobody's going to ask me questions about tonight. The drama was not with RJ tonight.
Pulled a little bit and lost some time again. Kind of played a little yo-yo there. How did that main event go for you just mid to late race once you did get into the lead?
Yeah, it was a bit of a struggle getting to the lead. Styles was riding pretty good. He had his lines down pat, and in all fairness, I wasn't riding the best. wasn't my best riding, which I just couldn't find my lines much and just find my flow. So
it's amazing that Jet can think about this in the future as how well he rode, even though he wasn't comfortable, and he was still by far the best rider out there.
Took a little bit to get close enough where I could make a move on Styles, and was able to get that. And even after I got past him, maybe I'll get into a flow, but I kind of struggled to get in the flow the whole race. So I was just kind of trying to just get through each section just okay and make it. And the boys were on it also tonight, so they were keeping me honest. So I had to make sure I kept on pushing that whole main.
Jet, you talked about the boys keeping you honest tonight, but it really looks like when you come off the track, you're barely breathing.
This is hilarious because the moment that Jet comes off the track, he pulls his helmet off, he looks like he's got 40 minutes of riding still in him. He's got more in the tank. He just doesn't look winded ever.
Did you have any more in the tank if they had caught up to you?
Jet's inside voice is like, dude, I'm not going to give away my secrets. I'm certainly not going to tell these guys, no, I was exhausted and I'm done. There's a mental game to all of this in the way that he approaches it.
I don't know, to be honest. It was probably, but it's kind of more of if I could have gone faster, more so. It was just, I never really got my lines down where I could just hit it each lap. I was a bit all over the place and was awkward kind of all race, I would almost say. So if the boys were to catch me, I think fitness-wise, I think I would have been fine. But just if those boys just had their better lines and that stuff and had their lines sorted, I think it would have been a bit of a struggle just to try and pick up that pace, where for me it would have got a little sketchy or out of hand.